So here we have the Nissan Qashqai 1.2 Tecna on a 66 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then I'm going to hop in and run through a few controls on the inside. But as you'll see from the outside, it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll see we've got reversing sensors. This car's also got a 360 parking camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. As you'll see, it's got plenty of boot space, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat. And these two tray sections here will lift up and remove altogether to reveal the full boot space on this car, should you need it. So we're just going to continue our way back round to the front of the car now, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see not only is it in great condition, but it's a really fantastic colour for this car as well. Just briefly before I climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. As you can see, you've got a driver's seat that's fully leather, as well as the passenger seat, but it's also electrically adjustable as well. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. So now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left-hand side, we've got the rev counter, and on the right-hand side, the speedometer and the fuel gauge. You can see in the middle on the trip computer, the total miles on this car are 6,454. Directly above that, we've got the main trip computer of the car, which at the moment is displaying a digital readout for the speedometer. You can change the information that's displayed up there using controls on the left-hand side of the steering wheel to go through various things, as you can see, and eventually all the way back round to the beginning again. Just above that, we got three symbols. They are all to do with safety features on this car. From right to left, you've got lane departure warning system. There's a full video on these on our Facebook page, incidentally. Then collision detection warning system in the middle, and then blind spot monitoring system on the far left hand side. As I say, check out our Facebook page and you'll see a video on exactly how they work on there. Backing out to the steering wheel, we've got the controls I was using a moment ago on the trip computer just here, as well as stereo controls, volume and skipping, CD tracks, etc. And on the right hand side, we've got cruise control and speed limiter, as well as the ability to answer and end phone calls. That is, of course, once you paired up your phone, which is done on the stereo over in the centre here. So before we come back to that, with regards to the radio, you can see this car's got DAB digital radio. It also has AM and FM as well. It has a CD player just at the top there. And then beyond that, you can stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio. So once you pair up your phone, not only can you make and receive phone calls, but you can listen to your music as well. And there's an auxiliary and USB input as well. So plenty of ways of connecting up your music. This car also has satellite navigation. Just hit nav and it will all come up, and it's all touchscreen once you press these main menu buttons. I mentioned that it had a 360-degree parking camera. If I pop the car into reverse, I'll show you what that's all about. So on the right-hand side, you've got an image of the back of the car with the guidelines just here showing you what direction the car would be headed in relation to the image you see on the camera. And then on the left-hand side, we've got a bird's eye view image of the car. And actually, it goes one step beyond that. If I press the camera button just here, we now have a front-facing camera on the right-hand side, as well as the bird's eye view camera on the left. Second push of that button gives us the front-facing camera on the right still, but on the left-hand side, we've got a camera that points down to the passenger side front wheel as well. So really easy to park this car with all of these bits and the sensors on top of that as well, of course. Working our way down, we've got dual zone climate control, so you can adjust the temperature independently on either side of the car. Hit that button to turn the air conditioning on or back off again. Fan speed is adjustable in the middle here, and over on the right hand side we've got rear screen heat as well as a front heated screen as well. We then have a 12-volt charging socket under there, the electronic handbrake to the right of that, a 6-speed gearbox, heated driver and passenger seats, and then in this central armrest we've got a second 12-volt charging socket and the USB and auxiliary input that I mentioned a moment ago. Lastly, I just want to talk about the panoramic glass roof. You can see at the moment that the blind or visor is closed. What we're going to do is press this button, and that will then open that up. And you can see that it'll open all the way to the back of the car, and it lets in a huge amount of light. It really does make a difference inside the cabin of the car. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.